just when it looked like Team Nigeria will be leaving the World Athletics Championships without a medal. Our ladies made us proud by winning silver and gold at the women's long jump and 100-meter hurdles, respectively. Tobi Amusun set a new world record in the 100 meters hurdles with a blistering 12.12 seconds in the semifinals to shatter the world record of 12.20 seconds set by Kendra Harrison of the United States in 2016. She then followed up with a wind-assisted 12.06 seconds in the final to win gold. While Ese Brume produced her biggest jump of the year in Oregon, United States, to become the first Nigerian to win medals at 2 World Athletics Championships. She won the silver medal in Oregon and upgrade to the bronze she won in Doha in 2019. Joining us on this show this morning as we celebrate our latest win and successful outing in Oregon, United States is Ese Brume, a silver medalist at the World Athletics Championships. Welcome to the morning show. Also joining us here in our Lagos studio is our Rise Sports correspondent, Aaron Akerejola. Ese Brume, let me start with you. Congratulations. We're excited. You are talking to fans. You are talking to, family. We're excited that you and Tobi Amusun managed to do Nigeria so proud. And would like to congratulate you, turning bronze to silver. And we're looking forward to gold, maybe at the Commonwealth Games. But let me ask you, how do you feel? What does this mean for you?
This actually means a lot to me because it hasn't been easy as an athlete, and being able to maintain this performance. It's not easy for us athletes. One thing is to be able to succeed, and another thing is to be able to, maintain that success. And this means a lot to me. That means I'm actually progressing, and hopefully by the grace of God, I put up a better performance as the years goes on.
No, we're certain that you will. We're all bursting with pride. Now, can you take us through some of those challenges that you just referred to when you say it's not easy for you? What kind of challenges do you face, and how do you surmount them?
As athletes, we face challenges like injuries, ill health. We face challenges like not having, the right facilities and making sacrifices, by leaving our families and all that behind. And, I had to leave my family to travel all the way down to the place to train, so I could train to get better facilities, that for me to get a better performance. And also, before the championship, I was actually very sick. That was when I arrived in Nigeria for the national trial, but I was able to made the standard at the national trial, and to God be the glory, I was able to, get myself back in shape before the World Championship, and here I am today, celebrating my medal.
And thank you so much. You have no idea how you make all of our hearts skip here and make us so happy and so proud to be Nigerians. You have no idea. And thank you so much for giving us the right to cry happy tears as being Nigerians, because we all cried. Moving on, I just want to talk about, what has been the reception like with this your win, you and Tobi, but most importantly you. Has it made things better in terms of kit? Because there was something out there we didn't like. Nigeria, the name of the country was not spelled properly on the kit. We heard about kit wahalas, and wahala being, Nigerian local parlance anyway, palaver it should mean. We heard about all the problems, with support and the likes. I mean, did you guys get the support from, the Athletics Federation and all of that? Just pour it out. Let's know what's going on, please.
Coming in here, we didn't have the best of the best, but then we try not to let that, take away what actually brought us here. as an athlete, because first and first, you need to, be focused on what brought you here, which is our performances. And for us, we knew that once we are able to put up a better performance, we'll be able to, get those things which we actually need that we didn't get before the competition. So yes, we didn't get, hits and, a better preparation, I would say, that was set up for greater performance, but then we never let that disturb us.
All right, Ese, let me probably delve a little bit personal because I actually learned that this particular victory has come at a massive price, not just to yourself, but those that have actually supported you. We learned that your dad had a very, very close shave, all right, health-wise. Talk to us about it. We learned that they kept it away from you because they wanted you to focus. How is your dad doing? And talk to us about those people that have stood by you, pillars that have stood by you to help you get to where you are, because we know that quite a lot of people have chipped in heavily to bring you from Ughelli, where you were born, to the world stage.
My dad is fine. He's doing great, and I'm thankful to God for that. And yes, there are a couple of persons that have been really supportive of my career, and I'm grateful to them. I'm especially grateful to Mr. Amaju Pinnick, because I've known him since 2008, since I was a kid, and he has been very supportive of me. And I'm glad I met him then, and he has, he took me, in his hands, and he has been really supportive, and he has done greatly, to support my career. And also, the governor of my state as well has been really supportive, in his own way. And I'm glad to have these people backing me up.
Okay, Ese, 16 medals so far in a very exceptional career. What's next? Gold at the Commonwealth Games. And then secondly, what do you think? The ladies seem to be doing better than male athletes in Nigeria. The last time any male athlete did anything phenomenal was when I still had a big tummy until it reduced. But these days, we just hear about the ladies. Your good self, Ese Brume, Toby Amushon, Oboro Dudu, Favor Ofili, the men are just not there. Asisa to Shwala. Is this a case of what a man can do, a woman can do better? And what happened to the men? Why are they no longer representing us well? Those two things. Thank you.
I wouldn't say that they are not. I wouldn't say that they are not representing us, but they are actually doing their best, But the thing is, it's a lot easier for us women, to get up there compared to the men, because the men's sport, it's actually very competitive, and so far there has been improvement, compared to the last years. We have about three of the men who are actually running 9 seconds at the moment, but it's been a long time. If we look back, it's been a long time. We've never had this before. And I'm very sure that as time goes by, their performances are going to improve, and it will be like, their performances will improve, and it will be like that of the women.
Okay, so what's next? When should we expect the gold medal? I'm not putting you on that pressure. What's next?
Hopefully, by the grace of God, I'm hoping to get a good medal in my next outing. I'm just trying to, get myself together, keep my focus, keep my composure. I'm trying not to let the performance of the World Championship overwhelm me, in order not to miss out, in order to miss out my, Commonwealth Games. So I'm trying to keep my composure, and also follow up with my training, follow up my coach's training, because my coach has been, really supportive of me since I fell ill, and um, between the time I fell ill and this moment, he has been really supportive, because I would say that my performance between the national trial and now has been more of mental. It has been more of a mental thing, and I'm trying to keep my mental focus, right there, so I will be able to get a better performance at the Commonwealth.
So I have a few questions for you. I want to talk about your mental fitness, particularly, because obviously we cannot all be, medal-winning athletes, but your mental fortitude is what makes you a champion. What can you share with us, the general public? What tips and tricks do you have? How do you achieve that? And secondly, I want you to talk, since you're such a massive inspiration in Nigeria, especially to the young people and especially to girls, can you take us through, in your opinion, how viable is a sports career for girls? Because there'll be a lot of parents watching you, and your parents supported you. There might be parents who might be trying to encourage their children to take a different, avenue. What is your take on that, and just how viable can a sports career be for Nigerian youths?
Sports career is also a way of educating young ones, and it's a really good life experience for athletes, because this has created an opportunity, an avenue for we young ones to travel, to see what's going on around the world, and to see how the society works. And also, it's a really good way of education, means of education, and it creates opportunity also for better education for us athletes, because for the past years, most of us, also majority of the athletes in Nigeria schools abroad, and so many of us are parents cannot afford to sponsor us to school abroad. But then, because of the talent which we have in sports, we are able to study abroad and get access to other facilities, which is helping our performances. So I would like to say to parents that it would be of great benefits if they can let their kids, develop themselves in sports. And also, it's going to help our society and put our nation's name higher there.
Absolutely. What about that? The first question about your mental fortitude, the kind of mental strength that you've always demonstrated. How do you go about, building that within yourself?
As an athlete, you need to be mentally focused, and the thing is how the mind works. Whatever you picture in your mind, have a tendency, of picturing in the future. Like what my coach always said to me, he say that each time I'm in training, he says that you need to create a mental picture, because that is what you picture in the future. So once you have a positive mindset, you'll be able to put up a greater performance. You'll be able to I don't know how to say that right now, but with a better mental future, you'll be able to achieve greater heights, greater success. Why? Because it's not just about the physical training, neither is it all about the normal, social activities we do also in training, but your health matters a lot. What you think here will go a long way in your career. And I think that was what helped me in this competition, this World Championship.
Okay, so a lot of people know Ese Brume, the athlete, the successful athlete. I'd like to ask you two questions. Number one, what's your story? You said you came out of Ughelli in 2008, then somebody discovered you. Then what's your story? I mean, what has it always been like? And secondly, I'd like to ask you, who sponsors your training now? Does Nigeria in any way add to the sponsoring of your training? Obviously, you're based in America to be able to get facilities, for sprinting and things like that. Who sponsors your training? Who supports you? How do you get the funds? Because I know it doesn't come cheap building a world-class athlete like you. Ese, you are a world star. You are a world champion. and it doesn't come easily. Yes, I'm saying that to you so that it can sink in. So who does all the, money work involved, sponsoring of your training and all of that? And what's your story?
So when I started as a little child, there wasn't any sponsor at first, not until I met Mr. Amaju. So a couple of times, he helped me out and he was supportive. And as at that time, he was the chairman of sports in Delta State. And each time I go for events and when I return, he always makes sure that I'm being recognized in Delta State by the governor. And not until his tenure was up. And then my governor was supportive too, because as at during the Tokyo 2020, I got a training grant from him. And then after the Tokyo 2020, Mr. Amaju took it upon himself to ensure that I get endorsements, so I'll be able to develop myself and focus more on training, in order for me to prepare fully well for the next Olympic Games, which is coming up in 2024, as in Paris. And he's doing a great job right now to ensure that I'm being settled, that Mr. Amaju picnic, I'm being settled, and that I don't lose my focus, because he's trying hard to ensure that I'm able to be on the podium. That's at the middle part of the podium, which is the gold medal part of the podium.
So the AFN or the Ministry of Sports doesn't even give you training grants or anything? I mean, because Mr. Amaju Pinnick is supposed to be overseer for football. How is it the case that the Sport Ministry or the Athletic Federation are not hearing their name here to give you training grants? Is star like this?
So the times we get training grants, it's the year whereby we have a Commonwealth, for example. Like this Commonwealth now, we'll be getting training grant, but the training grant doesn't come like a year. It's not a yearly thing. No, it's not a yearly thing.
So how do you guys develop yourself all this while? Sorry, Aaron, you can come in after she answers.
Okay.
This. How do you guys now develop yourself if you don't have training grants on a yearly basis?
Yeah, so for us professional athletes, we support ourselves based on our contract money we have with our endorsement companies. Like for me, I'm with Adidas, so that's what has been sustaining me otherwise.
Wow.
But for the other home-based athletes, I don't really know. I don't know how they go by, because it's not easy for athletes.
All right, I must say, quite riveted, I must say. But let's press it further. I'll probably try to spread it even wider now. The games came, and it was almost fizzling into oblivion as one of the disappointments up until when you showed up. Then Toby Amusan showed up. I know you both of you share a special bond. There have been people that have celebrated you. How has been the reception one? But talk to me about the controversy. What's your own take about what they've been saying about Toby Amusan, about the records that she's broken? Some are saying that this is very surreal and this is almost even impossible. What's your take about all the controversies surrounding what Toby has actually done?
For me, I'll say that, Toby is blessed, because she has been working really hard, to achieve this success. Toby and I have come a long way, and I know how hard she trains, how hard she works to ensure that she gets a medal for herself and also for the nation, Nigeria. And we don't really care about the controversies or what's has been going on around us, because we are very sure of Toby's performance, and we see each other, we see her training, we see, we train together and everything, and we are so sure of her performance. And so myself and Toby, we talk like almost every time, and we talk about our performances. And I was so sure of Toby this time that Toby was going to get a medal because her progression so far since the beginning of the season has been amazing. And we don't really care what people say about us. We don't care because who God has blessed, no man can curse. It is normal for people to go about to spread negative, words concerning her performances at the just concluded World Championship. But for us, it's real, and we are there to stay.
Okay, so you've competed internationally in the U.S., you've been in Doha, you've been in Tokyo, you've been everywhere. When you look at the way sports generally is organized in Nigeria, what advice would you have for sports administrators in Nigeria in terms of what they can do to further motivate athletes and to further encourage talents, other talents that are out there who may be young and who may be interested and who could also follow in your footsteps in the future? I know you are just 26, so you are still young. You have a whole future ahead of you. But there are people who already look up to you as a role model. What would be your advice?
My advice is to appeal to the government to be more supportive because it's not based on, just one person will not be able to, carry the burden of the problem of athletics in Nigeria. So I would like to appeal to the government to be more supportive. They should create avenues whereby athletes get more sponsorship. In that way, it will be a lot easier for athletes to get finances to support their careers and also to create more facilities for us to build more facilities and infrastructures for athletes, because that's the major reason why most of us we travel abroad to school. The Nigerian system of education doesn't support sports, so we have to look for a way whereby we can get education and also be successful in our career. And one major thing I would like to say is coaches. Our coaches, we need support for our coaches because coaches in Nigeria don't get paid. They don't get anything, and this is not good for them because they have family, they have people they take care of, and if the coach is not stable, there is no way the athlete will be able to perform well because whatever the coach's experiences the coach experiences it will definitely flow to the athletes as well, and these are not good signs for athletes, especially athletes that are performing at high octane sports. And I would also like to appeal to parents as well to please let their kids do sports, because sometimes most talents they die. They don't have the opportunity to even grow because most parents don't support sports. They'll rather let their kids go to school, but it's not all about education. The sport as well help to educate athletes, help to educate kids. It helps to give them more experience to see how the society works. And I think if all of these are being put in place, we'll see a better performance, we'll see a better Nigeria when it comes to sports development.
Well, thanks for that, Ese. As you're saying all of this, somebody out there is watching you, and you don't know you've changed the trajectory of some people's lives just from what you said. But we've run out of time, but I must ask you, where do you keep all those medals? I'm curious.
They're in my home back in Nigeria, my medals.
Lovely.
But then I have my Olympic medal with my Bishop David Oladipo.
Okay, thank you very much, Ese Brume. Thank you very much. We expect more medals. We're waiting for that gold, from bronze to silver and gold. And we'll be there to celebrate.
Most definitely.
Congratulations.